Okay, this is the progress on the diversity sculpture, the Cornerstone Sculpture project for Government Center in Fall River. It's about a third of the welding is finished on the figures, but I've made a major change. The original idea was to have the go right to the ground, and now instead we're going to raise it up on the wall and do a planter out of stainless steel with bronze lettering to really separate people, spectators, from the actual piece and have a place to be able to put the wording. So this is based on my immigrant memorial that I did in Plymouth almost 20 years ago. Here's the immigrant memorial, and I had these panels of stainless bent. For this shape, it was the feeling of a hull of a boat, and people were coming on boats, floating in the sea. And here's the lettering. This was a quote by Peter Gomes of Harvard Divinity School, who grew up in Plymouth. So this quote is all bronze lettering that I cut through the plate and fill with a TIG welder. It's a lot of work, and I'm planning to do that here. Here's an example of an actual sample of the piece, that technique. And then this panel here was a cutoff from 20 years ago, and you can see the shape. It's a reverse curve, like an S shape, if you look at the side of it. And what I want to do is redesign the base for Fall River to be double as a place to put the quote and the thank yous to all the donors. And that would be done with a different technique, like the stamping. You can see there's stamping, and also for all the people that give even $1 to be able to engrave names in that you can read. It says thank you to the following. So I'll have 3 different levels of thank yous, and then this bronze lettering would be the quote, which is here: to the enduring memory of our ancestors who have enriched this land, indigenous peoples, immigrants, the enslaved, and refugees. Their descendants and newcomers will continue to build a strong and peaceful community. It seems very timely right now. So if I get these panels cut by a Boilermaker, which is what I did 20 years ago, I can weld them together inverted so that I have this planter at the base, and it'll be very stylish. And then I weld the corners, and it'll go back in to the side. So from the side, it should look very elegant, like a real nice shape. First, we were talking about doing cement planters like the other ones that are around Government Center, and it was a little stiff looking. So I decided, okay, this is a separate unit that'll be placed, and the sculpture will rest on it and bolt into the wall. So I'm looking for a patron to be able to pay for this. And if anyone's interested, that'd be awesome. It's going to be about $12,500 for this element. I can get the panels cut in Providence and get the steel from Mid-City Steel. I already know what that costs. It's a big sheet of 3/16 plate stainless, and I will plasma cut all the wording and engrave the names and stamp the thank yous as well. There's 3 different ways I'm going to do lettering. So that'll all happen next season after the sculpture is finished. But this element is very important because it really will help to separate people from the project, and less chance of anyone climbing on it. It'll be about 2 feet out. It's a little hard to do the drawing. I kind of collaged it, cut the piece out and moved it up, and did this little piece here to fit on. So it'll be about 2 feet deep and almost 3 feet tall. So if anyone is able to help with this, that would be really great. And I'll be showing it all summer in the studio as it proceeds and into the fall. And I'm doing a fundraiser with these windows. I did a variation yesterday. I sold a piece like this to an old client of mine. And, these are all available. Okay? And 30% goes towards the sculpture project. These angels and ospreys I've been selling for years. And that's what they're for.